You killed Jared, D'Vorah?
This one killed many on Shao Kahn's behalf.
On behalf of them, you die.
Fight!
Adinia lives.
Finish her! Fatality. Kitana wins.
Alright, so we'll start off with her normal attacks, and I think one thing that's really interesting is she has a lot of really long multi-hitting strings that you have to kind of dial out really quickly.
Right.
As you can see here, this is her forward too, so it's got a ton of range, but the thing is, while these do good damage and have a lot of hits, you actually can't hit confirm a lot of them because you have to kind of dial them out. Like,
right. Because they are a lengthy dial-in combo.
Yes. This is like kind of one of her main strings, and you can either cut it short or do this last part here. She has a low that'll actually pop them up a little bit. She doesn't get a traditional combo mid-screen, but in the corner she can. And she does not have a pop-up overhead like a lot of characters, but she does have pretty good range on her hop attack.
And a lot of her moves are also knocking them back. She is kind of a zoning character too, right?
Yes, absolutely. That's still really good. It's not just her range. Let's check out her throws because they are beautiful. I love the little pose there.
Awesome.
Her last normal I'd like to show is her back one, which is a pretty fast, good range mid. And she has a couple of extensions off of it. In this one here, during the kicks, you can kind of hit confirm, see if it hits, let the whole string go. You can stagger it. And it is actually a crushing blow on a punish or a counter hit. So it gets really good damage and pushes them full screen for her zoning.
Can we see her down one?
Her down one is exactly what you want from it. I would consider it a failure if her down one was not that.
Right.
Here's a question for you. As a former top katana of the world.
Many, many years ago.
Tell me, how many times do you think you've done a down one with katana?
The down one has made me quite a lot of money. That's all I can say.
Back in the day when you were doing it, there wasn't quite a lot of money, though.
Well, when you are as consistent as I am getting top 8 and you're only making $300 a tournament, when you get top 8 at every tournament you win because you're just that tight, it adds up.
It does add up.
So tight.
So how many times have you pushed the button?
It's got to be like 1,000 times, right?
How many times
More
have
than
you
1,000.
practiced just pressing
I mean,
down?
the 1,000 times, I mean per game.
Oh, sure.
Yeah,
That makes
okay.
total sense.
Like, that was her anti-air, her footsie tool, her mix-up tool. So let's go into her special moves. We'll start with the standard ones. Her fan toss is back. Like the last game, it's super fast. It's a high attack. It can hit people out of the air. If you amplify it, she does a double one. This can catch people jumping or that are trying to walk in after the first one. It's a great projectile. Her air fan is back, but in my opinion, her ground fan is kind of her core footsie tool, or zoning tool in this one. Very similar to MKX. Fan lift is back. It's exactly what you want. It's a combo starter. And now she has a new move, which I just whipped, this cool throat slit. And this, to me, is how you're going to end most of your juggle combos. And it has a crushing blow if you do an 8-hit combo. So once per game, you can kind of cash in, do an 8-hit combo, into the throat slit, and get significantly extra damage. But again, with the crushing blows, you can only do it once per match. So you
Right.
kind of got to know, like, if they're going to die anyway, you don't want to cash out.
Yeah, I gotta say we've been playing a lot of the game in the studio. Like,
Yeah.
a lot of people.
A
are
lot of
playing,
people are
which
playing.
is awesome. And like the meta game of figuring out your crushing blows and when you want to use them, and the times you accidentally down two when they're pretty much dead anyway, and you waste it because you didn't put hold on.
Yeah.
Like this meta game, I can't wait for the fans to start playing because it is some of my favorite parts of the game right now.
She also has square boost back. The amplify is really, really cool. Normally, she can only do it in the air. And that's where we can get into the loadouts I made. I made 2 loadouts to show.
Okay.
So the first one, I gave her ground war, which allows her to do square boost on the ground. It behaves just like the air one. It's super fast, so it's almost like a Shadow Kick or Raiden Superman. It's a great combo ender. Like, for example, normally you can't combo after this. If you have ground war equipped, I'll go ahead and go into square boost to give her extra damage. The other thing I gave her is Flutter is back, which is essentially like a double jump where you can lower. So you can do stuff like, normally she does jump kick fan to kind of get in. You can fake it out, and if they try to anti-air, come down with the jump kick fan. Or you can use it to get over projectiles. Maybe like Noob throws a shadow, or Liu Kang throws a low fireball, and you're going to hit the ground. You can do Flutter. And then lastly, in this loadout, I gave her Royal Protection, which is a projectile absorb.
Hey, you didn't use Jax this time to set up.
Yeah.
Smart move.
So you see her fans start glowing. When she absorbs a projectile, she actually gets a damage buff on all her fan attacks while the fan's glowing. So you kind of are zoning the opponent out, you absorb a projectile to stop their zoning, and then that actually amplifies her melee to then go in and use her offense, which is
And with
pretty
her
cool.
having like these long chain combos as well, right? Like
Right.
that damage is just gonna.
It's going to add up, yeah.
It's awesome.
So one interesting thing is, we talked recently about how we're going to have 2 preset loadouts for tournament and ranked play.
Mm-hmm.
This is actually one of her tournament loadouts that I made. This is the one that I like using. I've been using it against you a lot.
Right.
So here's an example that
And
people are saying.
my Jax one actually is too.
Yeah, the one that you just used for Jax is. So those are 3 moves she gets. So how about one more loadout?
Also,
Yeah, let's do it.
just while we're talking about that, we will be playing our belt battle today in tournament mode.
In tournament mode, yes.
I wasn't ready for that.
You always have to be ready for tournament. You never know when a tournament's going to start.
Well,
Do you not want-
usually you get an invitation to the tournament.
Do you not want? Do you not
Did
want?
did you not get your ancient scroll?
I did not get an ancient.
Do you
scroll
not
at
want
all.
to do that today?
Are you afraid?
What? Whoa, buddy. I'm not afraid of anything. The possible character that I select to do the belt battle, I don't know what their tournament loadout is, but you know what? Let's do it.
Well, you will find out as the community does.
Well, actually, yeah, I mean, we're all going to find out today.
Yeah.
Let's do it. And then my witty name won't be there. Oh. That's
Let's
okay.
go for her fatal blow before we go to loadout 2.
Well, wait, we got to get the camera back. There it is. All right.
I got you.
You could see the into the attack is a really long range move. It's pretty good if you look for movement in the mid range. It's pretty slow. It's not like super fast, but the range makes up for it.
Love it.
So I'm using the human skin, which I absolutely love. She has another version of this I like even more, but
She looks great.
But you're
Yeah.
gonna see that in a couple weeks.
yeah. So in this loadout, I gave her 2 things. The first is Edenian Razors, which is this cool move where the fans circle them, it hits 3 times. You can use this.
I'm right there with Burke.
Burke in the power station is distracting me by acting the move out. So this move is really good to make your string safe. It can also be an anti-air, and you can get combos off of it. You can also use it in the corner to get combos that typically aren't possible. So, for example,
I love that combo. That was nice.
I like when it says to get combos that aren't possible. Well, it's possible.
normally aren't
Yeah,
possible.
I got you, Steve.
The cost of this is you actually give up fan lift. So mid-screen, your combos are going to be significantly less. You're going to have to just do like a string into like a special move. But in the corner, you can see there, you're going to be doing hella damage. So that's one of the things that's kind of a trade-off. Then I also gave her Half-Blood Stance, which you can see in the trailer. She pulls out Melina's Sai, and from here she has a couple moves she can do. One is the familiar classic Melina Teleport. Another is she throws the Sai up in the air, and then she's freed up, and Kitana can go in for pressure. So the opponent's going to have to block, look out for the Sai, which is going to home in on where they are, and she can go in for throws or whatever else she wants to do. It's especially good if you can get them blocking. Like you do a bunch of fans, get them blocking, then throw this out. And then if they start getting used to it and trying to attack you out of it, you cancel it. Lastly, she has the Sai Stab, which is a great combo ender. And that has a crushing blow, and the requirement is pretty interesting. It's to have hit with 3 of these Sai moves. So normally, you won't get the crushing blow. But after you've hit 3 of these, the next time you do it, you're going to get that, and that's actually going to pop them up.
Ooh,
That's okay.
that's okay.
Fangirl, that's a really good,
Yeah.
good name. Nice job.
I'm pretty happy with that.
Pretty pumped.
So I would say that is our look at Kitana. She's redone in a lot of ways, a ton of new animations. But I think those familiar with Kitana, like if you want, you know, the really good zoning with fans, you want the big conversions, the really good combos. She's still like a combo queen character. I think you'll be right at home. She's a fresh take, but pretty familiar if you like Kitana.
The character select?
We got to show this all but 2 characters.
Yep.
Right now, there are a ton of people on Reddit and all that. They're taking screenshots of it. They're obsessing over the order. What is the lore meaning behind?
Right.
They're going ham.
I can hear them going ham
Yeah.
right now.
All right, so let's go over Cetrion a little bit. She is an elder goddess. One of the most powerful characters we've ever had. Certainly one of the most powerful playable characters in the history of MK.
Okay.
An elder god, if you will.
Yeah, I mean, not if you will, she just is.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I know.
She commands the elements and life. She is almost the opposite of Shinnok in a way, where he was like death, bones, demons, all that nasty stuff. She's like flowers, butterflies, puppies,
Fire,
rainbows.
water.
Also fire and water, earth and wind.
Yeah.
You see that rainbow back there? She made that.
She made that.
She made that, right?
So she is one of the game's premier zoning characters. She is a great keep out character, but it is not traditional zoning where you're just like, Kitana's just throwing straight fans. She has more slower startup, more trap moves that are like mid, close, and far. But first, let's briefly go over her normals. They are all very effects heavy. It's super cool. She uses the elements, even her normals. I really love this water teleport. She has this one where literally a meteorite comes, and if it's a counter hit, she gets this crushing blow where it just absolutely bops them on the head.
Bop.
And then she gets a combo. You know, if I wasn't old and bad,
It's alright.
it's okay. Even her hop attack is just bopping you over the head with a meteorite thing.
Where does she get all these boulders?
Well, when you're an elder goddess, you can conjure anything.
No, yeah.
Reality is at your fingertips.
Sure, I've heard that.
So, her special moves. One of her core moves for her zoning is this rock. She bounces it on the ground, and while the startup is pretty slow, it's excellent on block. It has a long knockdown on hit. Like, the opponent, space will be controlled when this move is hit
You're
or
getting hit with a
blocked.
boulder.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's... Yeah, that makes a lot of sense that you wouldn't want to move if a giant boulder was rolling at you.
Absolutely.
But then to complement it, she has this air one, and it looks very similar. It's going to be extremely hard to tell what she's doing.
Sure.
So you want to jump because of the rolling boulder, and then you're going to jump into this. She also has this rock wall, and if she amplifies it, it's a great combo ender, and this can actually absorb projectiles.
I was just going to ask, can it absorb projectiles?
It can. And that is a crushing blow.
When it absorbs a projectile.
When it absorbs a projectile for the first time, you actually get the crushing blow. And again, once per game.
Sure.
It's also one of her key combo enders.
Now, this is very interesting to me because some that you sort of shark around for, this one, you might be trying to do that when you shouldn't be doing it because you know the first time you get a crushing blow.
Yes.
You might be throwing it up there and missing, throwing it up there. I mean, there's definitely some danger knowing you have to do it first try.
Absolutely. So then she has her Hellfire Beam. She can do this in the air or the ground, and if she amplifies it, this is not tracking. It's close, medium, or far, but it's real juicy damage, very, very hard to avoid. Then she has this Tentacle Grab. This is actually one of the few tracking moves in the game. Like, we don't have a lot of these in this, but this will actually go wherever the opponent is. It's pretty quick. It is not a low. It's actually a mid, so there are no overhead low mix-ups. She just has to do it. And it has a ton of recovery on whiff or block. But, again, the opponent's kind of jumping around, walking back, trying to avoid all this business. And then at any moment you see movement, or you go for the read and you're going to get them, and then you're going to get a combo.
She's just throwing the world at you, man. She doesn't mess around.
Her combos are not the greatest. She really doesn't have a lot of pop-ups because she's kind of a keep-away character. So often what I do is I actually do this move, let them restand, then I go for a throw, or I go for a overhead bop, or this move which just sends them back. So she's not a character that's going to hurt you super, super hard when you're wrong, but you're going to be wrong a lot as you're trying to get in.
Sure.
So I guess let's go over the load I made, which is some moves that are going to be interesting. A lot of people have not seen these moves. The first one I gave her, this is I went with lore, so I went with an earth-based loadout.
Nice.
I gave her a ground pound.
Oh, I love that.
It's 2-hitting, they're low. And then I gave her, she has these different buffs using the elements. I gave her this one where she summons the rocks. So now the way this works is, I'm going to switch to Jade. She summons the rocks, and while you're in the rock field, if you hit Cetrion, the rock will actually latch out and try to hit you. So I'll show you. You can see. If it's blocked or whiffed, it actually won't, and you can actually avoid them. Like, they're not just immediately targeting. Like, I'm intentionally doing something low, and now I'm out of the field. But you'll see the rock actually comes down, and if the opponent's there, they'll get bopped. So Cetrion, using both of her defensive stamina, if you look, it actually takes up her whole thing. She could set this up, go in for pressure, go in for throw, or whatever, block strings, and if the opponent tries to counterpoke back, or try to do a juggle, wow, that happened to both of us.
Everybody's getting phone calls today.
They'll actually be hit. Now, because the stamina's gone, you got to think about the risk-reward here, because that means if you dodge it and you actually combo Cetrion, she's not going to be able to break away or do a wake-up attack for quite a while. So this isn't an end-all, you just can't play the game, but it is a great, great defensive tool.
Now, would you use it as, like, I'm going to be on the other side of the screen, I'm going to put that up, and I'm going into zoning lane?
You could definitely do that.
Right.
I personally like using it offensively, kind of do it in the mid-range and then try to go in if they try to poke. But yeah, you could absolutely do that too. It's essentially, you can think of it as a shield, a high-risk shield.
Yeah, a ring of protection.
So let's check out her Fatal Blow before we go into her second loadout. This one is extremely powerful. That is actually drop down and track you. So no matter where on screen, it's going to hit them on the top of the head. It is awesome for zoning exchanges. Like, you can literally sit there, look for Jade to throw her glaive or turn on, and yeah, you got him. She becomes extremely deadly when she's in Fatal Blow.
You'd expect that out of an Elder God.
Yeah.
They just get stronger.
Melt that tree. Nice.
All right, so let's go to loadout 2, which is my wind-based loadout.
Okay.
What, is that too much?
No, I think this is one of your best names ever.
Thank you. I thought of this Arbor Bay on the way to work, and
Arbor Bay.
That's good. I like it. I like it. So now she's a little darker, right? A little more evil.
I'm all in on her gear. I personally use this weird cosmic purple, like outer space looking thing that's really cool.
You had it on your TV earlier, I saw.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
So the first move I gave her was this tornado. Typically, she doesn't have just a standard projectile that just goes straight forward, and she actually gets it. If she amplifies it, it goes full screen. The really cool thing, though, is actually the pushback on block, because it is hella. They actually go way back. So
They
this
almost
is
go as far back as they do when they get hit. If
right? So it is super good for keeping the opponent at bay. Arbor Bay. So then I also gave her another one of these buffs, which is this wind tunnel. So again, I'll play Jade to show how it works, because this thing's pretty awesome. So while this is out, if Jade is on the outer edges, it actually slows down her movement, even her jumping. You can see it's like literally a barrier. And if you get to the center, you can move, but outside the edges, it's super hard to get in. And this totally complements the tornado move I gave her. So for example, you can go in here, do this, and you can see in mid-range Jade is going to really struggle to get in. And even if she's blocking, she's going to be pushed back to it. So this is just the perfect move to keep someone out and keep at the range that Cetrion wants to be in. So she doesn't have the best combos, but she has excellent keep away, and she's just going to be chipping them out, making them jump, making them try to maybe teleport in, or she could use her shadow kick and then punish it. It's great skin control. Again, though, she is using all her defensive stamina to do these buffs.
Right. Cool. What do we got? We have anything left? Ooh, even the rocks turn.
Yeah, we kind of want to just give a few tastes of Cetrion that we.
He's a heavy pressure character.
Yeah, her 4-2-2 is back. It's not an overhead like it in the original MKX. It was in XL. It was not.
But it's fast.
But it is fast. It has great range. Then she has a bunch of really good new normals. She has this overhead. It's forward 4. It's super fast.
I think Chevy hit me with that about 4 times in a row the other day.
Yeah, I can see
was
that.
So mad.
And that is complemented by a tremendous low that actually has a ton of reach, and she goes into this creepy crawler move, which I absolutely love using. So you can see neither of the 50-50 are going to launch you for a combo, but they're very fast and very, very irritating. She also has this string, which I just absolutely love because of this part. She literally pukes on you, and then it's super fun to do. And we got to see her throws because they're both great. She's hitting you with her babies, and then this one is too fun. I love the little gesture she's doing, the back and forth.
That's awesome. We need to make the sound effects.
Yeah, I don't know why we're not. And then forward 1-3 is this really good advancing, very quick high move that can go into all her special moves. So let's go over special moves.
Let's do it.
Ovipositor Rush is back. It's just like you remember it. Really good chip damage, great combo ender, great pressure tool. Then she has a bunch of new moves. I really like this projectile where I love the gesture she's doing. She sends out one of her babies, and it's a slow-moving projectile with good startup, but it's really good to let it go, and then
they're not like a traditionally straight. They actually arc up and down. So depending upon if you're ducking or not, they may hit you or they may not because of the path that they fly.
It's very, very hard to jump, and jumping is good against DVorah because her normals have such good range at taking up the range. So I think if you can, she's not going to win like a projectile battle with like Liu Kang or something, but if she can establish her projectile space, I think these things are great.
So what's up with her babies? Why are her babies hanging out over on Aaron Black?
I wasn't ready to get to that.
Well, okay then.
Puddle is back. She has to actually control it close, medium, or far. You can see she puts it out. There's a bunch of delay, and then the opponent's going to want to get out of dodge or block it, and that's when, again, she goes in with this.
Very similar to MKX.
Yes. If she amplifies it, it actually happens immediately, and she gets combos. Theoretically.
Theoretically.
When you're not old and bad.
Yeah, just throw that, Steve. That'll fix it. There you go.
And then she has this anti-air grab, which is one of her chief combo enders. This has a crushing blow if you anti-air with it. Now it'll actually do dot damage, which everyone makes fun of me for saying dot damage, but
Who makes fun of you for saying that?
multiple people have tweeted me because it's damage over time. It's saying damage over time. Damage.
I feel like that's normal.
Everybody says that, just like ATM machine. Yeah.
ATM machine I don't love.
If she amplifies it, even after the crushing blow, she actually gets a restand.
Where you can throw something at them.
Yeah.
Yep.
See, amplify it.
You are pressing the hell out of that button.
They start vomiting and a baby spews.
Oh.
Yeah, isn't that nice?
So she injects you with babies.
Yeah, she's trying to help you. It's the miracle of birth.
Okay.
Moving on.
All right. So anyway, let's go over the loadouts I made. So the first loadout I gave her, in my opinion, her coolest new move, which is Widow's Kiss. She teleports, comes from the ground, drops down. It's super fast. And if she amplifies it, she gets a combo.
This is my favorite dang thing in the game.
Yeah, this is just... That's too...
No, that's so
He
good.
looks so cozy. Cozy with a K?
Of course.
I'm so glad you picked a guy with a hat.
And his cape.
Yeah. This is a combo starter. It's a great anti-zoning tool. So, like I was saying...
Yeah, because if you jump, you're getting caught.
Yep.
That's basically it.
If you move, you're getting caught. So
Absolutely.
while a lot of her stuff has slower startup and it's hard to get going, if the opponent, again, the example I used, Liu Kang's very fast fireballs. If he dares and you read him, he's going to get comboed.
Or cozy.
Yeah, he's going to become cozy. He's going to become a father. So Now we're talking about the bugs.
Yeah, what's up with little babies?
So several different moves leave babies, you can see. And then she has this move where for half of her offensive stamina, she can call them back and they do damage. And this does not have, like, it doesn't matter where the opponent, what reaction they're in. Where they could be standing there, they cannot block it, it's going to hit.
Right, and she can call the babies back no matter what the opponent's doing.
Right.
Like, you're just taking damage from the little
It's
guys.
pretty much free damage at the cost of stamina and her startup. So there's a lot of risk, and it's not doing a ton of damage, but it is I use it as a rounder all the time.
It's kind of insulting to die to the babies.
It's also something that you can use when they're spun. You can go for it and then actually have time to do a combo. It is basically free damage for the cost of your stamina. If you're not afraid to use your stamina, it's great.
Sure. Cool. What
So
else we got?
that's actually the loadout that I use the most. That's what I've been using in the lab. She's one of my favorite characters lately. But I do have one more loadout we can check out.
Let's do it.
Actually, first let's do her Crushing Blow. Or, sorry, Fatal Blow.
Boom.
Alright, so one more. And this is going to be kind of a trap-based pressure one. So the first move I gave her is Flippin' Out. I love the alien, like, very strange costume. So Flippin' Out is a half-screen, super fast overhead that she can actually do from the ground or the air. It's not going to do a lot of damage, but it has a Crushing Blow that actually leads to a combo. The requirement is you have to hit it twice in a row.
Okay.
So the idea was you're playing a game, you hit the overhead. Now the opponent, as they're getting up, remember she has the low, and they're going to know if you hit it with a second time, it's loaded, and then she's going to get a combo. Again, you know, if I wasn't old and bad.
Right.
I also gave her Pooping Bug, where she puts a bug out, and it actually...
And the bug has a bug.
Yeah, the bug gives birth to a bug that then will go to the opponent and hit them. And this is, because it's slow moving, the idea would be the opponent's standing there blocking, she puts the bug out. Now, that's coming, and she can go in, and the opponent is going to have to respect that bug. I'm not doing it close enough. All right. There, and you see, the opponent's going to want to block it, which is going to open up throws for 50-50, whatever you want to do. And the Amplified is super strong. It actually will
It poops
spew
multiple
out
bugs?
3 of them.
Oh my goodness. Triplets.
Yeah. I mean, she is truly the Hive Queen.
Her babies are having babies.
Yeah, the babies are having babies. They're multiplying like bunnies. And then lastly, I gave her an air version, where the babies explode and then seemingly go off to heaven. And they will hit the opponent. And she can amplify it and do multiple.
Oh my goodness.
There'll be 3 on screen that are slow-moving upwards projectiles that the opponent has to block. And again, if they're sitting there blocking, she goes in for her 50-50 or her throws or a jumping or whatever. And
she just plays her game at that point.
yeah, she plays her game while her bugs are doing
Doing the work,
Yeah.
locking them down for the most part, so she can go in and get to 50-50.
Yeah, or they're mesmerized by the bugs that are piecing out.
Right on.
Cool.
Yeah, I think DVorah, very interesting trap character, setup character. I think if you liked her pressure setups, you know, set play design from the last game, I think you'll be super, super happy.
What about am I allowed to ask about a DVorah Fatality?
I think we can do that.
Let's do it.
Let's play a match with her.
Okay, let's see. Brrr!
Those are all the same.
You seriously can't tell us apart.
As you will die soon, this one cares
I
not.
love her putting the baby back in.
Yeah, where she actually, when she dies, she comes back as a bug. And then
Yeah.
you can actually fight as a bug by either spitting stuff or stinging them. It has its own move list itself. It's
Yes,
great.
I love that the move list is like Buzz.
Buzz, buzz, buzz.
Yeah,
You're getting wrecked.
it's like even.
Alright.
Have some faith.
I do.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
If you did lose to the computer, is that kind of it for you on the combat?
yeah,
test?
I mean, I would agree.
And this is like the computer on meeting.
Yeah, no, I agree, but it's fun.
The Widow's Kiss, also love that move.
Yeah.
It's got a lot of really cool new things that like show off her bugginess and her personality too.
Wow, Jax is absolutely going ham. Look at that.
Tyler playing?
Oh man, thank you so much.
There you go, Steve. Oh, he doesn't care about your bugs.
Oh man, your last show, crazy.
I didn't see you going out like this.
Do you know her fatality?
Yes.
Oh.
I've never not been hit by that move. It's okay, I'm gonna survive and I'm gonna win, it's fine.
I don't know, his arms are going to be fully heated up now.
No, I've got this, I've got this.
Ah!
See, I told you, don't worry.
That would have been a pack.
I'm a big fan of this fatality. I think it's a real good one.
I don't know which one we're showing, but I'm pretty excited because I think both of them are awesome.
Gross.
No,
Gross.
no one saw that coming.
Yeah,
no one
that's...
saw that coming.
Woo!
Yeah.
Fantastic.
And yet another baby.
Yep.
Yeah.